Savaloy, welcome back. This is the Chelsea Football Fancast, and I am Stamford Chidge, the Right Honourable Stamford Chidge to you lot. And to my left is the lovely...
You're not right.
...beauticious, charming, far more intelligent and sensible than everybody else on this show, Sophie Rose.
Hello, everyone. It's now that time of the evening where you get to hear me speak.
Yeah, but not yet. You've got to wait. I've got my introduction to do first.
I know, he's got something to say.
We've got lovely Charlie Skillen from the Mail. The man knows his onions, or his shizzle, as Sophie might say. But he's a football genius. He knows his football onions. I've got the Werther's original of the Chelsea Fancast, my partner in crime, my old mucker, Dr. Mart.
Who knows nothing.
Who looks like Felix Magath tonight, but we've forgiven him already. And we've got the boys from Brazil. We've got Felipe Maia and my mate at the games. He basically gets me tickets when I don't deserve to go, and I love him for it. I'm going with him tomorrow, Dan Silver. So there you go. We've got a good crowd in tonight. I've really enjoyed the show. Now, as you all know, at this point of the evening, we would normally... Oh, we haven't got Jonathan Kidd with us, by the way.
We haven't got
Jonathan. Noticed that.
Yeah, he's got a couple of weeks off because Jonathan, shock, horror, probe news, breaking news, Jonathan will be presenting the show, not next Monday, but for the 4 shows after that, as I am off for a little sabbatical. But I shall remind you of the great joyous news about that later on. But anyway, Jonathan will be standing in my place.
Is that like Sabutio?
It is a bit, but without the football. Anyway... As you probably know, at this point of the evening, Jonathan would normally read out Chelsea Chadder's stats. Now, I had a message, I got a text from Chelsea Chadder this morning, and it said, "Hello, mate. No stats today, as they were too depressing. Enjoy the show. Love, Chad."
So they went the same way as the fans,
Thank
really.
you, Steve.
So there we go. Thank you, Chad. I think actually we all agree.
Yeah.
We didn't need our noses rubbing in it at all, did we? So if that's
we could have done without the player rating.
Well, we could. Well, I know, but I kind of felt the need to put still up there and do it anyway. So instead of all of that, we get more of Sophie, which I'm sure you'll all approve and appreciate. Now it's time, therefore, for a bit of Chelsea. It's time for a bit of Chelsea news, also known as Sophie's Choice, coming up after this sting, Sophie. Oh, we're back. Sorry, I got bongoed out there. I bongoed out a bit.
Yes,
right,
anyway.
off you go, Soph.
So I'll start. We'll get to my dream in a little bit.
Oh, we've got your dream.
We do, but I'll just start off by mentioning about the Chelsea Supporters Trust. It's £5 to become a member, but it's free for non-voting members, so you get to take part in all sorts of stuff. Surveys,
don't
questions
worry.
about
Just read
loyalty,
the
ticketing. And you can sign up at chelseasupporterstrust.com. You can attend meetings, you can come to events and vote on the issues that directly affect you and make your voice heard.
Brilliant.
The newsletter is out this week, so you can come say hello to one of the CST reps on the CFC UK store, which is opposite Fulham Broadway.
That's true. There's always a member of the Chelsea Supporters Trust board at the CFC UK stall opposite Fulham Broadway at every home match. Last week it was the Chairman Mao himself, Tim Rolls. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
He's on good form too. Known as sausage to his mates, that's right.
Yeah. So like I said, the CFC UK fanzine is opposite.
Hurry up!
Yeah, the stall is opposite Fulham Broadway Tube Station, so go and get that.
You like that link there? Do you like that link? It was a bit clever,
yes, it was. I did. I felt myself repeating myself, but yes.
No, it's a link. It's a segue.
Yeah, but if you're not there at the game tomorrow or Saturday, then you can get it digitally at cfcuknet.net, or you can get it at colonialdistribution.com.
If you live in Canada?
Yes, if you live in Canada or the USA.
States, yeah.
So yes, there we go.
So
before we go...
Colonial, hang on, there you go, Colonial Distribution.
Can I do it?
Colonialdistribution.com. And so was it cfcuk.net?
cfcuk.net.
Digitally. All right.
Digitally.
That's it. Plugs over then, yeah?
Yes,
No more plugs. You'll be happy to know.
No more plugs. So just before we go into the emails then, my lovely emails this week. For those who guessed about my dream, somebody tweeted...
You can do your dream first, are we?
Yes. Somebody tweeted me in...
They guessed your dream?
No, they haven't guessed it, but somebody tweeted me in saying, and this is from... Where is it gone? Let's have a look here.
It's all right.
Joshua Bannister. He says, married to Oscar, hashtag Sophie's dream. However, I wasn't married to him. I'll tell you now. I was sleeping and I woke up and Ashley Cole came to visit me. But then all of a sudden, Oscar comes in. I don't know where Ashley went after that.
Is Ashley still there?
No, Ashley left. And then Oscar came in and kissed me.
Did he? This has nothing to do with Gary Monk or anything like that, does it?
No.
Did Oscar have his wife and kids with him?
No.
He had a sister.
Did Oscar say, I would, Sophie, but not unless my sister's here?
No, for some reason, he was angry at me at first and then we made up. But yeah, and then I realised that it was just a dream and I was really upset.
And did you all live happily ever after?
Well, I don't know because I woke up mid-dream.
Really nice.
Do you know what? I haven't done that on my course yet, but I do get to do the analysis of dreams. So if you can remember that dream, when I've studied that bit of it, I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you what that dream means.
Is it going to happen?
So when you get good at that, do you get a Technicolor Dreamcoat?
I don't know, mate. Maybe I should, shouldn't I? That'd be great, actually.
It's all right. I love them both.
Okay.
Either one is fine.
All right. Well, there we go. For anybody who got that right, let me know that you got it right, and I'll send you a Chelsea FanCast T-shirt.
I'll be quite disturbed if they got that right.
So would I, actually. Right. So you've got. Come on, get on with the emails.
Anyway, okay. So email number 1. Hello everyone, Yaron from Israel again.
We heard from them the other week, didn't we?
Yep. Last month I came to follow the Chelsea overland and see at the Christmas period. It was funny to receive messages from friends during the West Ham game telling me they just saw me on TV. The game against Southampton was the first draw that me and my friend have ever been to. During the match against Spurs, we enjoyed from a great atmosphere and high-tempo game. Such a shame we didn't enjoy the result as much. To be honest, the Bradford game was much worse than the Spurs game. The players got the chance to impress, did anything but that. We have no time to look back. Our next 2 matches are so crucial that the guys have to bounce back, and I completely agree, Aaron. As you can see, Chelsea is a huge part of my life, too big according to some of my family and friends. Well, they can't understand my passion, and it's hard to explain it with words. I just love Chelsea so much. I'm a Chelsea fan since 2007. Didier Drogba is the reason. He is still my favourite player. I would like to thank all of you again for your great podcast, and also thanks for reading my email.
Nice.
I can't wait for my next Chelsea game. I hope it will be Berlin in June.
Ooh,
sorry about my English, which your English is fine. Up the Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea.
Thank you, Yaron.
Great to hear from Yaron again. It's lovely, isn't it?
And
It's
true, we do have to bounce back.
We do, and I love to hear. I love to hear passion like that from somebody who's a relatively new supporter, and who is just so excited about being over here and seeing some guys. One thing I would say, Yaron, right, the half and half scarf, right? I know it's a nice souvenir, but no.
The thing you can do is if you buy 2 of them, you can cut them both in half and sew both Chelsea bits together, and then you got a proper
Lose
scarf.
the West Ham Chelsea half and half. Sorry, Yaron, but I mean I'm doing it for your own good, mate. I say it with love, all right?
So should we go on to the next one?
We shall.
Okay. Hi everyone. Keep up the good work with the show. It usually brightens up my Tuesdays
Is this the
at the
one where I
office.
get coated off by somebody?
Well, let's have a look, shall we? Mainly because Chelsea keep on winning and we all love talking about a Chelsea victory.
Sorry, I love not playing footsie.
Except on Saturday afternoon in the FA Cup 4th round, we were receiving the end of a huge cup set. I agree.
A cup set.
I had the-
I see
yeah,
what
cup
you've done
sets.
there. I like that.
Very
Cup
clever.
set.
After my job.
I had the pleasure of attending that game, witnessing the collapse firsthand. While I think some performances from our player could have been better and the 9 changes made by Mourinho were perhaps unnecessary, I think ultimately part of the blame should be placed on ourselves as supporters. Bradford were given, as is customary for the competition, the whole of the shed end and duly filled it out with very
Vociferous. Loud.
I've never even heard that, but
Loud.
great. Supporters.
I used it earlier in the show.
I believe they played a massive part in the team's turnaround with their constant chanting and encouragement, and I think that their players' reactions showed that. Sometimes it's hard to chant and sing when your team is getting beat. I'll admit I was in shock when they equalised and when they went ahead. I could barely speak, and all I could do was look on in stunned silence, head in my hands. But after a moment or two, you gear yourself up again and get behind the team. On Saturday, I remember 2 occasions where our supporters really tried to get behind the team. When we were 2 to 3-0 down,
2-3 down.
2-3 down, sorry. And when 7 minutes of injury time was announced, the subsequent chanting lasted maybe about 20 seconds and then died down, and the bridge went back to a stunned semi-silence.
Rubbish, wasn't it?
I'm just wondering how you gear yourself up. You put a lot of gear on.
With the hooligan couture,
Gear
like my
yourself
flat
up.
cap.
This made me think. Imagine the Matthew Harding stand made the same amount of noise at every home game as the visitors did on Saturday. We would be invincible. The noise erupting from the shed at the awarding of a corner sounded the same as the Chelsea fans celebrating our second goal. I understand that for Bradford fans, an away FA Cup tie at our home of the league leaders is a big occasion for them, but I think they consider their Yorkshire derbies more important. Regardless of that, their fans approached the game like a final, and I must say I was very impressed and it was a pleasure to witness. The point I'm trying to make here is that criticisms aimed at our fans by Mourinho are justified, and the atmosphere is beginning to have an immediate effect on the managers. This, to me, is worrying. I said matches, didn't I?
Matches.
Oh.
This to me is worrying.
Yes. What is also worrying is the lack of immediate solution with safe standing seemingly disliked by those with the power to implement it, and cheaper tickets are also an unrealistic prospect. I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this. Regards, Tim Redigolo.
Redigolo. That's a good name, that Redigolo. What a brilliant email, Soph.
Yeah, it's a brilliant email. I mean,
what do you think?
I mean, ticket prices aren't going to go down. We can just forget that.
Well, they might
now
do. They might 60,000 seat stadium.
Yeah, and if we had safe standing.
Are they going to build on it? Wait, moving.
Well, that's the idea, isn't it?
Well, no.
That's what we're looking into at the moment. They're looking into redeveloping it, and if it's feasible. And if
it will be feasible.
If you redesign the stadium, there is no reason why you shouldn't put in a safe standing area, because we're getting very close to the government beginning to think that it's not a stupid idea.
Well,
and if that happens, then you can probably get away with charging less. But this is all conjecture.
I did a scheme for how you could increase the entrances into the ground, which I gave to Dazza about 4 years ago. And funnily enough, these are all the things that they're now discussing with all the powers that be.
But nobody wants
you said
to
it on the podcast years ago,
did.
I thought he makes some really good points in there about the atmosphere, actually, and also about Mourinho's comments. It's interesting to have the counter view, really, Charlie.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but he took it too far.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything Tim said. I just don't agree with Mourinho.
The fact of the matter is that if Joseph, what I think Joseph doesn't realise now is that when you make a comment like that and you keep doing it, other teams in the Premier League now, they will not drop it. So if you're going to do something like that, that is what's going to happen. That's the problem we have with it. It's not that he's, it's the way he addressed it.
I also think it. Sorry, Charlie, you was about to say.
I think one thing I noticed more than anything. Do you want to put that on camera?
Yeah, this is disgraceful.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I said that in my bar. What the hell?
Can we go on my single? Go on my single. There you go.
The club refuses to do anything about touting. I've never, obviously, I've been seeing touts outside Chelsea since I've been going. For 20 years.
Since you've been a tout, Charlie?
Since I've been a tout, yeah, Barney Spurs.
Charlie Flashman Skillen, they called you, don't they?
Yeah, but, seeing these flyers everywhere, offering people money for their Man City tickets, and it's not, the guys outside, of which there were probably twice as many, I think, at the Bradford game, they are, 10% of the problem in, big institutions selling these tickets on through places like StubHub and whatever.
Well, it's the organised and the corporate.
That is 90% of the problem, and things like that are ridiculous.
For one reason and another, I failed to get a ticket for the game tomorrow night. It was my own stupidity, mainly. I was trying to get with someone else. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I had a look on the various websites that are out there, starting with Viagogo and all the rest of them. And the cheapest ticket I could find for that game was 350 quid.
Yeah,
I met somebody at an exhibition the other day, comes from Scotland, wanted to take his kid to a game. And he said the last time he came down on something, the cheapest ticket was something like £300. Yeah. And I said to him, that is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't know who's charging the tickets, and he just thought that was normal. And I said, no, it's not normal. If you want a ticket.
Bottom line is, chaps, you know what? We've talked about this on programmes before. We should maybe talk about it in even more depth. Obviously because I'm on the trust board, I get to talk to the club a lot about this. We need a 2-hour show just on that. So we've got to move on because we've got another email. But it is a very serious issue, and I know that that has gone to the club. They are aware. We took it to them.
I mean, just the row.
Very quickly.
Yeah, the row next to me is all changes every week, and it's season ticket seats. It's season ticket seats.
I know.
It's different people every
loyalty
week.
point merchants. Right, last email. This is a good one.
Okay, hopefully this is a bit of a better one.
I think I get coated off, so it can't be a bad email, can it?
Okay, I'd just like to start by saying I really enjoy your FanCast. Everyone comes up with great points, which is obviously really good, but I'd like you to sum up the points that are being made at the end of every part, because your bantering, which is excessive at times, kind of ruins the flow a bit. Nevertheless, bantering part is fine as long as it's the right type of banter and not like the last week's type of banter when you talked about the Swansea game.
There's no point in having a Gary Monk about it, mate.
Okay, hold on a minute. I'm absolutely convinced that if you guys started organising and putting more effort into this, that your FanCast would become a really huge hit among the Chelsea fans.
I'm staying calm. I'm in my Buddhist moment here.
Try hitting up with the Chelsea fans channel as a starter, perhaps. You've got great potential. Oh, darling, until I read out your name, that's my show.
I'm in my Zen place.
Hold on a minute, here we go. As for my question, I'd like to discuss which system Jose Mourinho should go for when it comes to playing our counter-attacking football. The formation has gone. For in terms of counter-attacking, play is often 4-2-3-1 with Mikel Matic in double pivot role and Fabregas number 10. Should he go for the old 4-3-3 instead, though? What do you think? Cheers from Sweden, mates. Johan
Marbinar.
Well, okay, hold on a minute.
I think
Can
he's trying to
just say,
coax a
look,
reaction out of you.
I'm just going to say nothing.
I'll
let you answer for me.
It's mind games.
It's hard to please, I would say.
I'm going to do a Pellegrino.
Has he done a Mourinho?
Hold on a minute. I would say, Johan, thank you for your email. It's hard to please everyone. So some people will say that there's not enough banter. Other people will say there's too much. I personally had a great time on last week's show. And as I do the Chelsea Fans channel as well, they're two different shows, so you can't really compare the both. And, you know, our banter, I didn't think it was too excessive last week. I thought we had a great laugh. And I apologise if there was a bit too much swearing, of course. But
there wasn't any swearing. We're not allowed to swear.
I know, you know. And I do apologise for you, but you know, I think we discuss some great issues on every single show, and you do need to have a bit of comedy. And
exactly. I mean, the whole point of this show... Actually, do you mind if I have a little say-so on this? Because Martin's here and he understands us. Number one, we've been going since April 2008, Johan, which I don't know. It's probably before you supported Chelsea, just a guess. But anyway, we've been going since 2008. We are the longest. We are the longest-standing kind of Chelsea podcast. Call it what you will. Going. So we've been going a long time. So I don't think we'll be phoning up the Chelsea Fans channel for a bit of help just yet. Number two, it was...
You mean asking me?
No. You're on my show, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
You know, the other thing is that we do it because we enjoy it. Martin and I started doing it in a pub, the podcast that is, before, you know, just so I could throw in a bit of banter there. We started doing it in the pub because we like to go to the game and carry on talking about the football, and we thought, well, you know what, why not have a few drinks in a pub, record it and share it with a few people to see if they like it.
It's exactly that.
If you didn't like it, we don't care, because we do it for us.
That's how it started. It was exactly the same chat as you'd have with your mates in the pub after the game, only we put it out on the internet.
Exactly. Now, Oscar Karlström, who's quite a big part of the Swedish Supporters Club, he knows us well. Go and talk to Oscar about what we're all about. There you go.
Good bloke, Oscar.
But in all honesty, was it Johan? Is it Johan?
Johan.
Yeah. It's a silent J. Johan.
Okay, Johan.
I'm just always grateful and delighted if anybody, you know, chooses to watch. And actually, it's good to hear your comments, which I won't take as criticism. It's good to hear your comments. You know, you're entitled to your opinion, mate. But I'll just give you an idea of what kind of a show we really are. Now, on that point, we have to wrap up because I've got 2 minutes to get through the usual rubbish at the end. And it goes something like this. Make sure you send us in some excellent stories, photos by emailing the show during the week at chelseafancast@gmail.com. And as I said, I love that last one because it's, you know, that's more fun than reading out, in a way, some stuff stuff people are blowing smoke up your ear end saying how fantastic you are. I actually love all of that. You know, and it's what it's all about. So keep. If you hate the show, write in. If you think that I'm a complete knob, write in. You know, I love to hear it.
You've only got so many space in your inbox.
I have, exactly. Yeah,
and if you're not too insulting,
join the thousands of others.
If you're not too insulting, your email might even get into the show.
Exactly. Oh no, I always read the duff ones out. I've always done that, Smart. Yeah. I mean, we've had them in the past, and I always read them out. And there you go. Anyway, that's what we've got time for this week. Really got to go very quickly because I've been yabbering on. We'll be back next Monday to look back at the Capital One semi-final, you know, the game tomorrow, and the massive Premier League game against City on Saturday. Now, don't forget to follow the show on Twitter at Chelsea Fancast. Make sure you check out the great blogs on our website, chelseafancast.com, where you can find out information how to listen, watch, and download the show. Don't forget to look out for my weekly articles in the International Business Times. Follow them, IB Times, UK Sport, and of course the monthly ones in the CFC UK fanzine. Many thanks to the lovely Sophie, who's been brilliant tonight.
You're very welcome, and I won't be here next week, will I?
No,
I will be here the week after, so...
And nor will Charlie. He's away next week, but he's back the week after. Dr. Mark will probably be here next week.
I'm not here next week.
He's not here next week. Dan will be here next week. Felipe will be here next week.
You told me I'm not
I will be here next week. We've got to go. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it tonight. Good luck for Chelsea versus Liverpool tomorrow. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Until then, keep it blue, keep it carefree, keep it Chelsea.